Clark here at Killer Fun. I have a puzzle up that is a bit of a departure from me, as it is not from Daily Killer Sudoku, but another site with another solving interface. This fantastic handset puzzle glider is by James Sinclair at Artisanal Sudoku. The puzzle is provided through the Sudoku Pad app by Sven Newman. Glider was designed to teach some core concepts of Killer Sudoku and is a lot of fun. I recommend the puzzles at Artisanal Sudoku. They are a unique diversion from some of the standard puzzle sites. You can receive 3 free puzzles a week by subscribing to James's Substack. Click the link card in the upper right corner to sign up with my affiliate link. I'll put the link in the description of this video as well. About the puzzle. You can see that all of the cells with set cages are colored, and some of the cells are outside of cages. The colors are for ease of describing his concepts rather than delineating cages. Even without all of the cells in cages, Glider is still very solvable. The design of the puzzle is for teaching and pulls you along as you learn some of the Killer Sudoku key concepts. So let's get started. So, as with most Killer Sudoku puzzles, we begin with the single combination cells, or cages. The first one is this 4 cage in box 3. The only combination is a 1-3. We also have a single combination cage here in box 5, 7 cage. The only combination is 1-4. And the final single combination cage is down here in box 7, 24 cage, and the only option is 7, 8, 9. The next concept that James is trying to teach us here in the glider puzzle is that of the rule of 45. Each box, each row, and each column must contain every digit and therefore must sum to 45, as all the digits 1 to 9 sum to 45. And we can utilize this. So here in box 7, if we look at all of the cages and their sums that completely, the cages that are completely in the box, we can sum those up and then subtract that from 45 to obtain the value of this cell. So if we look, we've got 6, we've got 24, that's 30, plus 9 is 39, and 45 minus 39 is 6. So this is a 6. Now over here in box 9, we can do the same thing. It's a little bit different in that this cell stuck into the box and this cell sticks out. So this is an innie and this is an outie. And so if we sum all of these cages and then subtract 45 from that sum, because this is an outie, then we would know the value of this sum. So we have 10 and a 6, that's 16, with 15 is 31, plus 18 is 49, and so 49 minus 45 is 4. So there we have 2 digits that we can obtain by looking at this rule of 45. Very strong concept and very common in Killer Sudoku. The next concept that James is trying to teach us here with Glider is up here in box 3. It's kind of a variation on the rule of 45. If we sum all of these cells, we can learn about the nature of these two. So 15 and 22, that's 37. Plus 4 is 41, plus 10 is 51. Now, we know that all of the numbers that are in this box are going to sum to 45, but 51 is 6 more than 45. what that tells us is that this box that sticks out is 6 more than this box that sticks in. Let me say that again. This box that sticks out is 6 greater than this box that is sticking in. And so the way I like to approach these is look at the cell that is of lower value. This is 6 greater. So the cell is of lower value because this complete total is less than 45. So I like to start with 1 and say, okay, if this was a 1, 6 more would be 7. If this was a 2, 6 more than that would be 8. If this was a 3, 6 more would be 9. And if this was a 4, then this would need to be a 10. So I've maxed out. I can't add any more numbers to either of these cells. But the key here, especially with the way that James set up this puzzle, is we can take away and come up with which of these pairs resolve this 6 greater sum. So because there's a 1, 3 here, there cannot be a 1 or a 3 here, and this is a 2. So this cell is 2, and 2, if we add 6 to 2, we come up with an 8. So this cell is 8. Knowing that this is an 8, this pair can be resolved, and this is a 7. Now we can do a similar exercise with a modified rule of 45 here in box 1. We can sum up all of these bluish cells. We've got a 6 and a 14, that's 20, and a 9 and a 10, that's 19. Again, that's 39. So this is greater than these two. These two stick out, and they are less. This sum is less than 45, so we know that this one is 6 greater than these two combined. So again, I like to start with the lower cells and say, okay, what could they be? Well, they could both be 1s. If they were both 1s, this would be an 8. And you might say, whoa, wait, you can't have 2 1s in any cage, row, or column or box. But this is a little unique scenario in that while part of their cages exist in the same box, these individual cells aren't in that box, and they're not limited to, they can both be 1 and not violate the rules of Sudoku. So if it's a 1 and a 1, and we add 6 to the sum of that, which is 2, we get an 8. So now, could they both be 2s? Well, if they were both 2s, that would be 4, and this would need to be 10. If we added 6 to 4, this would need to be a 10. So they both can't be 2, but one of them can be a 2, and one of them can be a 1, and that would be 3. And if we add 6 to 3, we get a 9. All right, so we can use this 4 cage again, and it's 1, 3 pair, to help us resolve which numbers are the actual numbers in these cells. So we see that the 1 here is pointing at this 1, so this cannot be a 1. We know that this has to be a 2. And if this is a 2, this can't be a 2. This has to be a 1 because 4 is not an option, not because we can't have 2 2s. Potentially, it's because the sums don't match up. So this is a 1. Now, we've got 1 and a 2. That's 3, and we add 6 to that, so this is a 9. Now, when we're doing killer Sudokus, whenever we set a digit, It's very helpful to look up and down, left and right, in the rows and in the columns, also in the box and in the cage that those cells are in, to make sure that the number we set, to see if the number we've set has cleared up any or resolved any pairs, or changed the state of those containers. And we can see here with this 2 and this 1 that we have this 1 to 4 7 cage can be resolved now. We know where these go. There cannot be a 1 or a 2 here, so this is a 4. And there cannot be a 1 or a 4 here, so this is a 2. And there cannot be a 2 or a 4, so this is a 1. So we've resolved that because of the digits we set here. With these digits that we just set, there's nothing in the box and there's nothing in any of the rows or columns that is resolved because of what we've done. All right, so moving on. The concept that James was looking to show next is quite elegant. I found a different, less elegant way to get to the same end, but and I want to end with his elegant way. So I'm going to go with the steps that I took first. Then we'll back out of them and do James's way. That's more elegant. So I'm going to look down here at the 9 cage, and I'm going to ask this question: where can a 4 go in these cages? So because of this 4 in this cage, these cells cannot be a 4. We know that the 2 combinations for a 15 cage are 6, 9, and 7, 8. This cannot be a 4. There can be a 4 here, and there can be a 4 here. However, in this 10 cage, because of this 6, the 6-4 pair is not a possible combination. So in these cells, in these cells, and in these cells, we cannot have a 4. So the 4 must be here, and the combination with a 4 for a 6 cage is a 2, 4. Oops. New solving interface that I'm not used to. 2, 4. So, because this is a 2, 4 and can only be a 2 or a 4, we can look over here in box 7 at this 6 cage. We know that the only 2 combinations for a 6 cage are 1, 5 and 2, 4. If this was a 2, 4, there could not be any digits here. So this cannot be 2, 4. It must be 1, 5, and we can resolve that pair because of this 1 above in the column. So this is a 5, and this is a 1. Now, the only possibilities now for this 9 cage are 2, 3, and 4. These are where the 4s, these are where the 4s would exist, because this 4 limits where the 4s can go in this 9 cage. And the remaining cells or the remaining digits are 2 and 3. So because these 4s point at this 4, this cannot be a 4. This is a 2 and this is a 4. Again, we've set this 2. We can limit the possibilities here. So we can remove the 2. We can remove the 2 here. And that makes this a 2 because it cannot be a 3. This 3, 4 pair makes this not a 3, so this is a 2. Now, James got to this point a different way. And so I'd like to roll back and show you James's method, and hopefully that sticks with you more than my method. So I'll use the undo button here, and we'll roll back through my mistakes. And let's see. I believe here is where we're at. So James's way to get to the state that we just undid from is to utilize this large cage, this 45 cage, it's not very often that you have a large cage that spans multiple rows or multiple columns, or more, in this case, multiple boxes. Here it hits 5 of the 9 boxes. That's pretty unique, but it shows a very important concept, and that concept is, again, no digit can appear more than once in any given cage. There cannot be duplicates. So because of this 2, there cannot be a 2 in this column. And we can extend that and look up here. Here is also a cage that spans multiple boxes. And if we combine these two, we can see, if we combine these 2 cages, we can see that there cannot be a 2 in this column here, because there's a 2 in both of these cages. That forces the 2 down here. Oh, I did it right this time. If the 2 is here, there cannot be a 2 here, which forces the 1-5 combo, and we know that this is a 5 and this is a 1 because of this 1. The remaining cells here are 2, 3, and 4. The 4's going here. Oops. The 4's going here. And 3's, we don't know where the 3's are yet. Because the 1-5 is here and it points at this 6 cage, we eliminate the 1-5 combination from this 6 cage, and the only possibility is a 2-4. And we can resolve that because of these 4's. This is a 2, and this is a 4, and this 2 helps us resolve this 9 cage. This is not a 2, which makes this 3-4 pair then removes that 3, and this becomes a 2. So I think that was a little bit more elegant. James, of course, wanted, he put this giant 45 cage in there for us to learn a little bit more about that. So moving forward from here, once we have a 1 in this 6 cage, in the 9 box, it helps us with limiting the combinations of this 6 cage. By now we know 1-5, 2-4, those are the only 2 options for a 6 cage. We can't have a 1-5. This must be a 2-4. This 2 forces the 4 into this cell, and therefore the 2 is in this one. So what we're learning is that cages in rows and columns in other boxes can influence. This 1 influenced the cage here. This 1-5 influenced the cage here. In my method, the 2-4 that was here influenced and helped us solve this, resolve this 1-5. And let's continue that. Let's look further. If we look at this 15 cage, we can figure out which of the combinations are possible here. 6-9 or 7-8, because there are 7, 8, and 9 in this triple, and the way that it's set up, with 2 cells in the same row as this 15 cage, there has to be a 7 or an 8, or 7 and 8 in these 2 cells. So that eliminates the 7-8 combo here. So this must be 6-9. And because we know there is a 9 here, that eliminates the 9 in those 2 cells and forces the 9 to be here. All right. So Let's take a look here at this box, the 9 box, and this 10 cage. There's a lot of known digits either in the box or in the row, and we know there are 4 possible combos for a 10 cage. There's the 1-9, which is excluded because of this 1 and these 9s. There is the 2-8 possibility. The 2 here excludes the 2-8 combo. And this 6 and 4 exclude the 6-4 combo. So this must be 3-7. And this 7 up here forces the 3 into that spot and the 7 into this spot. And this 3 helps us resolve where the 1 and the 3 are in this 1-3 pair. This is the 1, this is the 1, and this is the 3. Back down here in the 9, or in the box 9, we know the remaining possibilities here are 1, 5, and 8. And you see here with this 1, the 1 we're forced into this cell, and the 1 can be removed as a possibility in this 5-8 pair, which is resolved here because of the 7-8. So this is a 5, and this is an 8. Okay, anything in row or column or box? No. All right, let's jump up here to the 1 box and look at this 9 cage. There are 4 possibilities for a 9 cage. There's a 1-8, which is excluded by this 1. There's a 2-7, excluded by this 2. And there's a 4-5, which is excluded by this 9. So the possibility here for the only combination possibility for this 9 is a 3-6. And because of this 3 here, it forces the 6 to be in this position and the 3 to be in this position. This 3 helps us resolve the pair down in the 9 cage of box 7. This must be a 4, and this then is the 3. We can look here at box 3, this 10 cage. This is a pretty cool way to look at, I guess, a quick, efficient way. Here are 3 low numbers right in a row. And because we know that the 10 cage has 4 combos, we can eliminate those first 4 combos just right off the bat. 1, 2, 3 are out. So 4, 6 is the only combination that is possible, with the 6 being here because of this 4 and the 4 being here. And then the remaining options here, I think I'm going to stick with the entry method, are 5, 8, 9. But the 8 cannot be here because of the 8 here. So this must be an 8. And, oh, we didn't resolve this. This 6 resolves this to be a 9 and this to be a 6. And so this 9 forces the 9 into this spot. And this becomes the 5. Okay, nothing in the cages, nothing in the rows and columns that needs to be resolved. So let's come over here to box 1. Let's look at the 10 cage. Because of this 2, the remaining sum is 8. And there are 3 possibilities for, 3 combinations for an 8 cage. We cannot use the 3, 5 because of this 3 here. Because of this 2 as well, and this 6, we can't use the 2, 6. And there's actually, I think we've beat this one, the 2, 6 combo exclusion, to death. There's a 2, which excludes the 2, 6. There's a 6, which excludes the 2, 6. There's a 2, which excludes the 2, 6. There's a 6 and a 2. Those both exclude the 2, 6. And if this 2 happened to be, out of here, this 2 and the 2 outside of the cage would also, because there would be a 2 in each row of this possibility. Anyways, it's definitely not 2, 6. So the 7, 1 combination is the combo. So we, because of this 7, it puts the 1 here, and because of this 1 and that 1, it puts the 7 here. Nothing row, box, or column to be resolved. So we'll look at this 14 cage. There's a 1 here. The remainder is 13, and the remainder in the box is 3 and a 5. Luckily, that adds up to 13. So the 8 will go here because of this 5, and the 5 will go here. This 8 resolves this pair. This is going to be the 7, and this is going to be the 8. All right, pretty clean. We've filled in a bunch of the corners here, and the next step is to look at these empty sections of the 45 cage. And what you'll see is that for the numbers that remain, 3 will go here and 3 will go here. They won't repeat themselves. But the remaining cells here in the row of this row 3 of box 2 are 1, 3, and 7, with the 1 being excluded because of this 1. And here it looks like 4, and the 4's not here because of this 4. So 4 and 5 and 8. So I don't see really any way to resolve those as of yet, but it's coming. So basically, because there's not, well, I guess one thing we do know, if we look Sudoku wise, which of course killer is a variant of Sudoku, so Sudoku rules count. There's a 1 here and a 1 here. That forces the 1 into this row. And there's a 1 here and a 1 here. So that forces the 1 into this column here. So the 1 must go here. And that makes this an 8. That helps us get rid of the 8 here. I think we can come up. Oh, yes. This is kind of fun. This 8 cage, we know that there are 3 combinations. There's a 1, 7, and a 3, 5. 1, 7, and 3, 1, 3, 7, 5, and 7 all exist in this row. So this cannot contain a 1, 7, 3, or 5. So it must be the 2, 6 option. And with this 6 here, we know that this must be the 2 and this must be the 6. So yeah, there are 2 more cages we were able to resolve. Can we resolve this 7 cage? I don't think we can yet. So what we come down to is looking for areas that have limited options. So all of these areas where there's only 2 remaining in the row, in the column or the row, these are areas we can fill in and look for resolution from cells to the left or right, or up and down in the column or in the row. So let's start here. I think this one is that case. There's no 1 in this row, but there is a 1 here in this column. So this must be the 1, which makes this, I think, the 3. Up here we can resolve this triple now, so this must be a 7. If this is a 7, this must be a 3 because of this 1. Whoops. And that makes this the 1. All right. Now the options here are 8 and 9. And the last options in this box down here, box 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And the 7 is going to force the 5 here. And this is a 7. Let's look up here. 4, 6. There's a 4 here, so this is the 6 and this is the 4. What do we got here? 5, 9. I don't see a resolution to that, so we'll put in those candidates. 5, 9 pair there. Here, this is an 8, 9. But this 8 resolves that, so this will be a nice little chain. So this will be a 9, which makes this an 8, which makes this a 9, which makes this a 5, which makes this a 9. Whew. Oh boy. This is a pair. 2, 9, 2, 9 pair. This 9 resolves that, so the 2 is there and the 9 is there. Forces a 9 up here. Oh, so this 9 and this 9 force the 9 to be there, which leaves us with a 4, 6, 4, 6. I don't see that getting resolved. Does that help us here? It forces a 1, 3, but this, because of this 1, this can't be 1, so this has to be 3. And this is a 4, and this is a 6. That resolves this to be a 5. This to be an 8, and this to be a 4. So the 2 cells here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that looks like a 5, 7. Bummer, nothing to resolve that. 5, 7, whoops, 5, 7. And that makes this 8, 6, 8. Yeah, so that we can resolve that. So this is the 8 and this is the 6. And we're coming down the stretch here. 1, 2, this is a 3, 3, 8 pair. Nope, sorry, 3, 7 pair, which we cannot resolve yet. So I'm moving on. 1, 2. Okay, so the 2 goes here. And this must be 5, which resolves this to a 7 and this to a 5. And we were talking about a 3, 7 over here. So no, yeah, 3, 7. So 3 and 7. And the only remaining option here is a 6. So there's a 3 somewhere here. It can't be there, so the 3 is there. And the final digit looks to me like a 7. There you have it. Successful solve. Well, it's a wrap on Glider. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something you didn't know about Killer Sudoku. If you liked the puzzle, head on over to Artisanal Sudoku via my affiliate link in the link card up in the upper right-hand corner. Or I'll put the link in the description. You can go there and head over to Artisanal Sudoku. As always, like and subscribe to my channel for more killer fun in your feed. Thank you.